compilation released only in Japan, Nintendo Puzzle Collection features GameCube to Game Boy Advance connectivity. While modern versions of Dr. Mario, Panel de Pon, and Yoshi's Cookie are the highlight, portable versions of these games can be installed into Link GBAs by selecting the icon in the corner of the main menu. Okay, so let's look at the downloadable version of Dr. Mario first. When a GBA is connected, the original NES version of Dr. Mario can be installed. Just remember, only the single-player mode is available. If you never played Dr. Mario, you need to drop pills consisting of 2 colors onto viruses trapped in a jar. When 4 of the same colors are aligned, the viruses are murdered into a poof of nothingness. And it's a good thing Nintendo makes games and isn't your family doctor, because only your immune system can wipe out viruses. Pills, or antibiotics, are used to treat bacterial infections, not viral infections. But whatever, we'll let it slide, Nintendo. The second downloadable GBA game is Panel de Pon. And if you're in America, Panel de Pon is better known as Puzzle League or even Tetris Attack if you wanted to reference the original Super Nintendo game. Here, you need to align pieces of the same color to make them disappear, but you do this by transposing the tiles. Personally, I don't think Panel de Pon / Puzzle League / Tetris Attack doesn't get enough love and recognition because it's a quality puzzle game. The final downloadable game that can be installed into the GBA's RAM is the NES version of Yoshi's Cookie. In a way, Yoshi's Cookie was sort of the precursor to Panel de Pon, as instead of swapping the positions of 2 pieces, entire rows and columns are moved at one time to align similar cookies. Personally, I've never been a big fan of Yoshi's diabetic puzzle game, but I do think it's much better than the confusingly named Yoshi, his other puzzle game that no one likes. While this GameCube compilation of puzzle games was exclusive to Japan, American players shouldn't feel entirely left out. The NES version of Dr. Mario can also be downloaded from the GameCube preview disc. I covered the GBA connectivity of this demo disc with its own video, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. And speaking of Dr. Mario, the Game Boy Advance compilation simply titled Dr. Mario plus Puzzle League also allowed GBA users to share these games with connected systems. Here, a version of Dr. Mario with updated visuals can be sent to an empty GBA, and the version of Puzzle League on this GBA compilation card is basically the same downloadable version of this Nintendo Puzzle compilation disc. In other words, there are ways American players can gain access to these 2 games on their GBA. The odd man out though is Yoshi's Cookie. As far as I know, there's no other way to temporarily install this game onto a GBA other than this Nintendo disc. But I'm perfectly fine with that because I sorta hate this game. But as my one quick Yoshi's Cookie fact, the Game Boy version is one of the few games to support the Game Boy 4-player adapter accessory. And it was also ported to the NES and Super Nintendo and now the GameCube, so I guess people are encouraging Yoshi's irresponsible sugary treat habit. But what do you think? Did you know about this GameCube compilation of classic Nintendo puzzle games? Have you ever linked a GBA to a cube? What is your dessert treat of choice? Me, I'm a big fan of pudding. It's the most underrated of the dessert treats. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to learn more about Cube to GBA connectivity, check out my dedicated playlist right here on my channel. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on.